I'm gonna hide myself for a second. What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Be patient. I'm gonna enjoy my ice cream before I go live. What? Before I go live. Take a little bit of your time until the other people arrive over. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, that's good. You thought I was done with one? Oh no, it's broken. Ooh, it's a mess. What happened to you? What happened to you? Look at my ice cream. That's not even an ice cream. You made it an emote. That is good. That is good. You actually made me tear. There we go with the Nike. Yes, sir. Okay. I think we're ready. I'm wearing the Nike is blue. It's the exact same color as the other blues. I think the others actually are Puma. This is my outfit when I was at work. Here, in my bedroom. About half an hour ago. Life is good. Working from home, yeah. Hopefully my mom is alright. They went to bed a little bit early. I know for the fact she can hear me from outside because her door is not completely closed. I gotta stream as well, so, you know. Yeah, the weird thing is Kira making a scam video. Did he actually play PvP? He actually did. Or not. They 100% didn't play PvP. That's the only possible way to somewhat enjoy Conan. Playing it PvP. Because PvP is fucking cancer. So bad. It's not even the new map, is the old map. PvP and creating entire quest from nothing. Lore, remember the lore. This is when people get bored. We usually end up in survival games for a day, because it's an awesome genre, but that is about it. It lasts for a little bit. People shit on it, and there we go. Alright, boys, we're gonna do a little bit different today. We're gonna go and react into what is this? The August 27, 2021 Ashes of Creation, the latest development update that is gonna be cut and uploaded into the reaction channel. If you wanna watch it live, there you are. If you wanna watch it edited another day, do as you wish. It's gonna probably take 2 hours, including commentary and all of that. We're gonna dive into the whole idea, the news, what's going on with the studio, as always, add our commentary and see whether we like, dislike, approve or disapprove any of the changes in regards to Ashes of Creation. Get excited, hooray! Wanna make sure that I'm recording as well. Looking good, baby. Let's go.
Ashes of Creation community, welcome to our August development update. We hope that you have been having a wonderful month. I still can't believe it's August. I keep forgetting, oh yeah, we just had our Alpha 1 stuff. It's just madness. How are you doing, Steven?
I am a bit mad at my recording this morning. I'm sorry, that's totally my fault that we were late. I wanted to, of course, record something, and when I jumped in, my recording failed to record 4 different times. Oof. And I was like, oh, I mean, each time it was successively like more angry.
Don't be noob.
finally it worked on like the 5th try, and I just had to calm and collect myself and just like goose fraba it, like just
The
let
best
it go.
community manager.
That's what I did.
Agree.
So you can try to hear it in his voice when the video comes out. But this is why I remind you a million times before.
I
do the
tried.
video.
I tried last night, and I tried to fit it. I tried to fit it in, and then I was waiting on something else this morning, and then something broke, and so I couldn't record what I wanted to record in the dev branch. I was at like.
I'm gonna
7:20
try
in the
to keep
engineering
us
channel. I'm like,
much
"This is broken, and this
unedited
is broken. Like, how did this
content as possible.
Over
Like,
one night, right?
I know, over one night. There's just so
Beauty
many
of development.
changes. Yes.
But of course, thank you all for hanging out with us. We hope that you enjoy the fan art. And actually, we have a little bit of the fan art.
I see the fan art. I'm gonna skip a little bit into the actual content.
Design update, environment art update, do a little in advance. We always enjoy that. And Lieutenant Toast will be answering your questions over there on the forums as well. Questions usually.
Of our recording room, a recording standpoint, studio yet. We
usually.
I see a lot of people, by the way, asking if we're in the studio yet. We are primarily in the studio,
yes.
But from a recording standpoint, we don't yet have our recording room set up.
Which we'll talk a little bit about that in the studio update. But yeah,
PR,
our conference rooms aren't completely ready to rock and roll yet. So once those are good to go, I will be reusing and repurposing one or like multi-using it for live stream stuff. And we actually just hired on a video editor as well who will be assisting with that stuff.
Sounds good, Troglia.
He's awesome as well.
Thank you.
Good peeps.
Yeah. I see Z says we need the fan art wall.
We definitely are planning on having one in the community area, so don't worry. Or maybe we'll put it in the game room area so people can see it when they walk or in that area. Probably will have multiple wall paper that as well. We're working to resolve those, transitioned over, as well as the forums, but we're
they're talking about the studio, removing, relocating, transferring, the generic, unrelated to the actual game.
Fun stuff. We've got our Alpha 1. This one does not include our Alpha 1 stuff, but our monthly cosmetic swap over is going to be happening on September 1st, 2021.
September 1st. There is so many things that are coming on September. And I won't know what the hell I'm going to do first.
And which is the Sears of the Black Root. So if you would like these, make sure you snag them up before our next set is released. We've got our dev discussion that we put out.
I sent a request to get access into the alpha, but I didn't manage to do that. I'm gonna wait one more week. I'm gonna go through probably also. Let me see a little bit the timestamps, just so Wait, September is. Yeah, when?
Of the Black Root. So if you would like these, make sure you snag them up before our next set is released. We've got our not fun stuff. This one does not include our Alpha 1 stuff, but our monthly cosmetic swap over is going to be happening on September 1st, 2021.
September 1st is that what I'm hearing? Tomorrow. There's no way. Let's put a little bit of music real quick. User not found. Okay, for me it's 31 because the day has changed, as you can tell, but not tomorrow, the day after. What? Give me a second. Let me check the forums. I guess? Maybe Twitter? Okay, I applied there, but I guess we're gonna buy the game anyways. If I will to buy the game, that actually kinda sucks. Because either I'm gonna be patient and wait for them to either accept me or not. Or actually spend a lot of money that I don't really want to spend for an alpha. I could be patient and just watch others do it. Give me a second, let's see. Give us a little bit of clarity over here. Is that what we're looking at? No. I heard correctly, right? What is it, Alpha 1? What is happening? Why I'm getting lost right now? Why is information such as, hey, we are going live? Nonetheless, I'm gonna continue like we didn't hear that. And if they continue the same way... Junoka's recent articles. I'm looking at the news. Alpha 1. Development update, I guess Alpha 1. Boom. As of creation from August 4 at 11. August has passed, right? So it was no date actually on the last post. I guess this is considered outdated. And here we are, the latest one. And then you scroll down. Update on August 27. Nothing over there. Some Q&A, I guess. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. You will assume that it's gonna be something a little bit obvious. Type Alpha 1 or 1. Support the creator Alpha 1 test. I have found Alpha 1 access. They're talking about random stuff. I feel like I'm the only one. You will assume that information such as that will be blasted everywhere. I'm looking at the categories on the right. Welcome rules, support, ashes of creation, archive posts. The latest news. Okay, I'm getting lost in here. It might be just me. You found a Reddit post. Or Reddit, not even on their website. Welcome to Ashes of Creation subreddit. Alpha 0, Beta, Alpha 2, Beta 1. I don't know why. Testing Alpha 1 is not persistent. Server are not up 24/7. Alpha 1 updated list. And that was July. That was the testing that happened July. They're gonna run another one test. Is that what's happening? Let's do some temp nothing. You complain now. You guys gonna drive me crazy right now. Okay, there's no actual people that are playing the game right now. It's just a designer and some other things. Okay, no. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Based on what it says and with the limited information that we got, Alpha 1 is happening in 2 days.
21, and which is the Sears of this one does not include our Alpha 1 stuff, but our monthly cosmetic swap over is going to be happening on September 1st, 2021, and which is the Sears of the Black Root. So if you would like these, make sure you snag them up before our next set is released. We've got our...
Okay, so this is just for giving the cosmetics. You cannot actually play that.
Dev discussion that we put out this month, which was what are some of the key elements you should be introduced to
Just so they can give them, they can give those away.
As a new player, and how much hand holding do you generally like to see in game? I'm sorry.
Cosmetics for the buggers. That's what it is. Period.
They're like being really loud.
What
I
is
hear
this
chat.
mouse? What is this mechanical toy mouse?
It's not a
do to
mechanical
them?
toy. It's just one of those little tiny like toys. They're just going crazy.
Otherwise, we would know. We will have
distracting.
posted
But we
something.
really do want to know what your opinions are on new player experience. Obviously, that's the most important thing. I know there's some people in our community who have said this is going to be the first MMORPG that they've ever played, and you know, that is amazing for us to be part of that experience for you. I remember my first MMO. I don't know if Steven remembers his, but it's definitely...
Oh, I remember mine.
Yeah, like we really do want to make sure that we're making the experience great for you and also for everybody. So if you have opinions, please share those. And
I remember my first death in an MMO. Actually,
Ooh, I remember mine too.
It was Neverwinter Nights on AOL, and I had just gotten a quest to go like seek out some dragon egg or something, and then I walked into this room, and boom, the combat started, and a poison cloud got cast on me, which was like a 9th level spell or something from this Dracolich, and I was like a level 3 rogue, and it killed me instantly, and I was just like, oh. That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
I didn't even know you could die because I was like 7 years old.
I could definitely
Never
see that.
winter, chat. Never
and then
winter.
You're like, now what do I do?
Yeah, pretty much.
And of course, next month for our September dev discussion, we're going to be asking you about the much anticipated character creation. So we would love you to get your thoughts in on that. We know that a lot of people have opinions. So if you have opinions, send them over our way. In regards to our guild discussion, we had a question for you, which is what characteristics make an ideal member for your guild? How do you set and communicate those expectations and keep track of a member's performance against them? Now, this will help us a ton in regards to some of the systems we're building for guilds. So definitely go over there, toss your answers in, because that is going to assist us in making that. And to tie that in, we have app integration stuff that we're going to be talking about next month. So we'd love for you to give us your feedback. Still hiring for a position. We had so many people interested in wanting to be part of this program. We want as many people to be in this program as possible. But what that means is that we need somebody to help manage the program. If it was a couple hundred people, I think I could manage it on top of my other stuff, but it is a couple plus thousands of people. So we do want you guys all to be part of our journey here and to help build our community and help build your communities. And our goal is to create a content creator program that is like nothing else that you have experienced at any other studio. It's really going to be something where we help build a community.
I do want to take my time and send them like some sort of a feedback, because I think it's going to be one of the games that I'm actually going to sink myself into it. It's just I need to have access to it. Right?
Together, not only
for their own benefit, because I've been playing video games since my age.
Once we do hire on a person, we are in our second round of interviews MMOs, in regards to that. We have a couple candidates who look promising, so we'll see what happens in regards to those. And we'll be sending them over to Steven. I think a couple are already. And once we do hire on that staff member, not only are we going to have a content creator program, but we are building out a content creator training academy where people can kind of go into that first to kind of train you to get up to a speed where we think that you should be at, if you're not quite at the point where we would want to give you an invite to the content creator program. And of course, there will be some people who just don't get into the program, but we'll always email you and let you know.
Apply to the academy
to
become a proper YouTuber and a proper streamer.
It's usually people who have no content. Like, they literally have no content on their website. Like, if you apply and you have no YouTube content or no Twitch content, that's hard for us to look at your content and tell if you're, streaming regularly, or if you're making content regularly, or looking at the quality of your content.
What if it's like MySpace content or something?
I mean, you can be a content creator. I mean, we have some people who make comics and stuff like that. That's still content creation to some extent, right? I think it just depends on the consistency of your content, and like the quality is more so, the two things we're looking at. We're not looking at following and things like that. That's
10,000 people.
People have asked, how many followers do I need? That's not what we're looking for. We want quality and consistency.
I am consistent and very quality person.
With that, I'm going to toss it over to...
I'm assuming that over time, we're going to wait for the approval. If I am what they're looking for, am I not? I'm a highly opinionated person. I'm not a straight line yes man, right? If that's what they're looking for, honest, actual feedback, that's who I am. If they're looking for yes man, to tell them anything that they do, yes, very good, without actually providing value, that's not me.
Steven, to talk a little bit about studio updates.
I think I would get accepted.
Updates, absolutely. So, I think we have about 70% of our team back into the studio right now. So things are going very well on that front. I gotta give a huge shout out, because oftentimes in a development scene, you don't hear about the IT guys or the system administrator, and we have a very awesome sysadmin, a gentleman.
Without much, with a lot of love and only love, I'm gonna completely skip the studio update just because,
just kind of show you the terror bird in the game, and also, show you, I don't know if you guys remember the thundering bolt beast, and show you the new flower monsters and some of the VFX changes that we're doing based on feedback from the Alpha 1. So it's just a quick little 5-minute video. But of course, I know you guys enjoy that stuff. So yeah, we can start with that, and then we can go into design after.
All right. I'm just remembering when I designed the Thundering Bolt Beast, Steven's like, Margaret, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, that tail, Margaret. Like, you're going to give one of the animators a heart attack. How many joints are needed for each of those little wings?
Yeah, this is when we transitioned over to, like, we have to use the base models for everything. All right. Well, video is going to be playing here, and we'll see you right after.
Hello, glorious Ashes of Creation community.
Terror bird.
Welcome to another stream day inside of Ashes
Terror
of Creation.
bird.
The world's a little lonely right now. Our month-long Alpha 1 test has finished, and there are no testers to be seen near me.
Oh,
which
you
is
see?
probably good for them, because I just wanted to take a second. I know last stream I gave a masterful description of a new mount that had been introduced called the Terror.
Do you remember the description of Steven? The monologue for the terror bird?
Bird. And I wanted to actually, complement that very well done description with actually seeing the terror bird in game.
It is a bird.
And so, yeah, like I said, it's good there's probably no testers around, because this guy is hungry, very hungry.
And terror.
just wanted to show you guys it in game. We have a lot of work ahead of us towards Alpha 2. Part of that work is, of course, introducing content into the game and the different creatures and mounts.
Next
and
test is going to be
and fleshing
Alpha
out the
2.
core systems that we demonstrated in Alpha 1, and this guy's part of that work, and that stuff's making it into the game. And we have a long road ahead of us, of course, but we got a great amount of feedback from Alpha 1 across our forums,
so good.
Reddit, social medias,
Right,
Discord. Even if you weren't a tester, and we love our testers, but even if you weren't a tester, participating in that conversation and giving your feedback is a super important part, as I've said many, many times. But yeah, take a look at this guy. He's pretty cool. We're going to have some variants.
There is some pixelation, and my recommendation will be to upload at 2K 2560 by 1440, I believe is the resolution. Because right now you're getting compressed, I believe, if I check the stats. No, wait. VPO9. No, you're getting the good encoder. Something in your recordings is not great. Contact me. Let me fix your recordings. Doesn't mean it needs to be a 2K, 4K. I can do it with just 1080p. Just have the right details.
You may remember, actually, I think I have.
It looks a little pixelated in my end.
I remember.
Even more for you.
In the past, we showed off.
It's what we call
Some
compression.
model work under the Thundering Bolt Beast, and now his animations are complete. Our masterful animator, Bradford Constantine, I think, did the.
Sorry. My mouse. I fucked up.
Let's see. Of a new mount that had been introduced, and forums, Reddit. Back is I have one more mount I can show as well. You might remember, in the past, we showed off some of the model work under the Thundering Bolt Beast, and now his animations are complete. Our masterful animator, Bradford Constantine, I think, did the animations for this guy.
Okay.
I like to call him the chicken runner, because when he's on land,
Is he a chicken runner?
he runs to me like a chicken.
I got chickens, I would tell you.
Just kind of striding, enjoying life, doing what you do in the world of Vera. And he can sprint on land as well, I believe is one of his initial abilities. Let's see. Oh yeah, just takes longer strides. But something that's cool about these guys, particularly these types of mounts that have the ability to glide, is of course.
I can already see that they removed the speed animation, the Naruto animation. Hopefully, Naruto effect. Hopefully, that is also for the players.
You have to level up the mount for it to get a greater glide distance. So initially, it might not be.
Oh, it's a glider?
Super capable of gliding. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I. how far I can glide. All right, here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Got it, Steven.
And oh, look at that. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. That glide, I mean, for not having been leveled up at all, the glide's pretty good. But as you level him up, he'll be able to glide further and further.
He played Dark Age. He knows about
manage,
glides.
Of course, as you know, if you manage to become a mayor of a metropolis or the
You're
king
gonna
of a
fly.
castle, or if you get this guy as like a limited time drop off of a world boss, then you'll have the ability to be amongst the very few who can fly him. And when he flies, he is majestic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
That's
the cool
a
tail and all
lot
the-
of wings.
The wings on him. It is pretty awesome, this guy. So yeah, just wanted to jump in, give you a look at some of these creatures. Of course, you guys saw some of the combat changes that we did.
I don't approve of the extra wings.
We're going to be continuing moving forward with those combat changes. One cool thing you might see
Does it
as
look
well
good?
is some of the adjustments to our visual effects and just art overall, right, as we move forward. For example, this Radiant Burst, we got a lot of feedback about the sparkles. And in the first pass, of course, sparkles are easy to do. But now that we've had some time
Okay.
to kind of look at that feedback, you'll see the Radiant Burst
Ooh.
effect has changed to something a little bit more indicative of what
That is
effects are going to look like going
nice.
forward. Love this little plant creature. These poor guys, when they die, their petals just go flying.
Aw.
But yes, so little short update in the empty game world of Ashes of Creation right now as we continue development towards Alpha 2. But I will see you guys back on stream here.
That's a nice
little bit.
effect. I wish we put some kind of like a circle in the ground so you see a little bit the area, like a little bit greenish, bluish in the ground circle.
Oh my gosh, the petals falling off. That death animation is so cool. I was
I know, I
watching.
feel bad every time that thing dies.
It's so beautiful. And then when I was watching the thundering bolt beast fly, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's a little weird. Why did I design that? I don't know what I was thinking.
I think it looks great. It's a cool beast. You guys will notice also in the footage that there's some heavy clipping. That's some just general touch-ups after a mount is added to a game. You know, you're going to have those types of clipping issues, but those will be touched up. And you know, it's cool with the Thundering Bolt Beast. Actually, you know, a lot of people have always asked, like, well, what's going to be the degree by which you can actually glide with these types of gliding mounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that has to be built up over time for the mount itself as it levels up, essentially. And I think we might even include, this is some design discussions we've been having, you know, there's variance among the speeds that mounts can have based on how those mounts get introduced into.
He is entering the Dark Age glide system. If you play Dark Age, there is glide. There's no flying. There is things that they can boost you up a little bit just to glide further. That was a joke in comparison with what a glide can do. And I can show you a little bit visuals for those who don't know. I think it's a great idea. Dark Age glider. To me, best system I ever seen in my life. Let's see. Yep, it's flying over here. There we go. A little bit of a booster. Holds back. Keeps you a little bit up above. You see this? This is beautiful. It didn't even introduce Ashes of Creation, the ocean content yet. But as you can tell, a little bit of a, you know, boost. Hold it back. You can go further and further away. Over like high altitude. I don't know if we can find one of those. You're gonna see it really flying. That's different gliders. You can do some crazy gameplays with that glider. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, that's how you get your first glide. You go to the top of the mountain. Now he went and bought it. Oh, that's fancy. There we go. That is top down. He is not flying. He is falling. It's just it's falling so slow that it looks like you're flying. All right, that's a little bit too much. I don't remember it being that aggressive, like flying for that long. But there it is. I think that's what he's thinking. And maybe like an ability like a booster. All right, now you have some references
to the world, whether it be through the animal husbandry system or whether it be through merchant tables or through rare drops or granted by title requirements. They'll have varying degrees of abilities like speed, and they might also have modifiers to their glide distance as well. So that, when I just jumped off, it was very little glide, like there was no glide at all almost. But as you level it up or you get higher training for the mount, the abilities to glide will be much further and further and further.
I approve, and I would really see husbandry being introduced with the mounts. Like you have those rares, and then through husbandry.
So that was something that was cool. But yeah, no, I love
breeding the
I thought it was cool.
mounts.
All the little wings.
On so many wings. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what design has been doing. We'll step back a little bit and talk a little bit about Alpha 1. What data did you guys gather, and how do you think it's going to be helping us as we move forward towards Alpha 2 milestone?
Sure. So a lot of really what design has been focusing on as part of these since August 15th has been kind of drilling into the existing documentation around our core mechanics and systems and applying what we visually observed during Alpha 1. For example, one of the big systems obviously is combat, right? Combat is a very integral component of any MMORPG. It's the most tactile interfaced with system in the game. And you guys saw some of the initial combat changes that we were able to roll out during Alpha 1, but now as we move forward towards Alpha 2, we're really going to start expanding, fleshing that out further, adding additional polish for those, because there's a lot of subtleties that go into combat, right? And many of those subtleties have to do with UI and how we present information to the player. They go into specific timings with our frames in the attacks for weapons. They go into kind of the ability design and what we learned from that. So as design kind of observed feedback both from players as well as collected.
My feedback when it comes to the combat, and I will always say it, is it always Ashes of Creation abilities at least felt too flashy, too fucking flashy, too many colors, effects. Tune it down a little bit, clean it a little bit.
The data from Alpha 1, we're using that to kind of reanalyze, and actually we have after this retrospective, I think it's probably going to be at least, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks of many hours that will be taking up my daily schedule with the design team as we go through what we call the pitch phase, where each designer is assigned essentially a particular system that they go through the documentation for, and based on observations from Alpha 1 on the discussions that we've had with the community, they start identifying components of a particular system and presenting pitches for how we might change those particular systems in anticipation for Alpha 2. And then that pitch gets presented to myself and to our design quorum and to the other designers, where it's then open for conversation and discussion. And obviously,
basically Alpha 2 is going to have a little bit more detailed or fine-tuned combat than the first one.
It's very helpful to have the documents that community provides the developers so that we can get a good summary of what's out there from a discussion standpoint amongst the community, and we can incorporate that as part of our internal reviews of these systems and those pitches. So that's generally what design has been up to thus far. From an actual implementation standpoint, there's some additional components such as tool request to engineering, helping to flesh out additional parts of the world map as we're moving towards Alpha 2. Obviously, it's a significant expansion of the world. So that's going to incorporate, everything across the board from design, from narrative to world pop to level design to fleshing out itemization and additional resource components. Like there's a lot of stuff that's on the plate for Alpha 2 that design is now essentially going to be helping to guide the other departments as part of what
Take your time with
these
expansions. Just nail down the
And obviously we
foundation.
put together a lot of the feedback reports, compiling that from like social media to our forums, every platform that you guys have ever spoken on, as well as even like data that we pulled from other places. How is design incorporating those as they're going through these design docs that you guys are talking about for these pitches?
Yeah, generally, so the first thing that we do is obviously we get an assessment of the original doc and the system and its components. And then in the pitch phase, when we're taking into account observations and or feedback from the community, we are citing essentially topic discussions and community sentiment across different social mediums, whether it be our forums or Reddit that you guys have provided as part of your summary from the community, right? Twitter, for everywhere, right? Yeah, and when we have discussions as the design team on how we want to move forward with either changes, adaptations to particular things, we are referencing community sentiment. How does that sentiment stay in line with what our core philosophies are, right? Our core pillars. Now, a lot of people have said we got to be careful. You can't listen to obviously everything that the community says because there's differing opinions out there. And I think that's not lost on us. Like, we're not looking to fundamentally change the identity of Ashes of Creation through community feedback. I think we've kind of laid out what those pillars are. We have gotten buy-on from the community with regards to, does that resonate with you guys?
It's just the fine tuning, how exactly on the details they want the feedback.
And then now we look to increase essentially the positive reception on these core pillars without changing fundamentally the idea or the design of the game, so to speak.
It's like this is what we're creating and the product that we're creating. But if we can resolve some of these problems and these issues that you all are worried about or encountering with the design that we have and still keeping to what we're trying to achieve, I think that's totally, obviously we would want 100% to do that. Cool. You talked a little bit already about what the design team is doing, but in regards to the engineering team, obviously, until they get those design docs to be able to start, going deep into those systems, what are they doing in the interim?
In the interim, I'm sorry, say it one last one time. I had an emergency text. Say the question one more time.
You talked a lot about, or quite a bit about what the design team is doing specifically, but obviously the engineering team is kind of waiting a little bit on some of those design docs. What are they doing in the interim whilst they wait for those?
Well, there's no waiting, I know.
So.
I was gonna say. So they have their tasks for Alpha 2 as well, and that relates kind of to the outstanding feature work that's required and present still for the systems that we'll be bringing online in Alpha 2, right? So as we've said in Alpha 1, and what a lot of people saw as you were watching Alpha 1, those are core systems. Those are the core functionality of those systems, but there's additionally outside
would be
of that
nice Alpha 2, man.
Bells and whistles. There's expanded functionality that we want to have present. There's optimization work that needs to be done. There's some tech debt that gets accrued as part of any milestone, right? You kind of for those of you guys who may not understand like tech debt as a reference, but essentially as you're working towards a particular milestone, obviously you have the best of intentions with regards to doing things the right way as you're moving through, but sometimes as time dwindles away and you're getting up across the deadline, certain things require a little bit more work than you have time to do, and that's when we do in kind of stopgap measures and kind of shortcuts on some of those things, which is okay to have a little bit of tech debt, and part of that process is identifying what those to-do tasks are in part of the code base, case, going back, taking out what was put in temporarily, and implementing the correct process as well. So that's a little bit of what engineering is doing as well. But they're also participating in the retrospective and also identifying some of the core features and what technical implementation was utilized in order to present those core features and how we should rethink some of those things. Obviously, it's not as going. Excuse me. It's not going to be. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's not going to be as intensive as actually writing the system over again or having to reauthor it, obviously, but it is identifying where certain areas can be changed as part of writing a particular mechanic and how that interacts even with other mechanics as well.
He doesn't
Alrighty.
have COVID, you guys. He's just
COVID.
I'm
Steven has
fine.
had a cough
I'm sorry.
forever. Like,
Yeah.
you just kind of have that, right? Like, it's a
Sometimes I just talk too much, honestly. I think it's just I just get a dry throat, and the more I'm like talking, the worse it gets.
and yes, it's not wine in his glass.
Wet
it's water.
it. Wet
Yes,
is
the
the
water helps.
throat.
You always
Wet
drink it
it.
out of like what looks like a wine glass, so people are like, "Is he drinking
goblet.
wine?"
Much in the chat.
Goblet.
Wet it.
He's just fancy AF. Okay.
Fancy schmancy.
In regards to engineering, they also were working a little bit more on some of the things for security that came up, and obviously
Correct.
some things that
Hugs.
we're looking forward to doing in Alpha 2. Do you want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, so, for Alpha 1, and those of you guys who kind of observed, we actually had a relatively stable environment for Alpha 1. I mean, there were a few times where we had to bring up the servers, back up again, and there were some security attacks that we had to address. It wasn't really our primary focus, at least on the ancillary security components of the game. Obviously, in the game code itself, there was a focus on making sure that things were secure there, but like login and authentication and DDoS protections and DOS protections, like that wasn't really at the forefront of our mind for Alpha 1, which is fine, because when they came up during Alpha 1, I was actually very impressed with our team's responsiveness and the ability to deploy countermeasures as part of that process. And I don't hold anything against, people who come and probe, the security protections. Like, in a way, that actually helps. I mean, I would prefer they come to us and tell us directly, but in a way, it helps our investigative process. It helps the way that we're able to deploy hot fixes. Those are the
They're gonna
things that we
hire
want to
you.
get out of the way in Alpha 1. And, I know at the end of the day, even if the malicious actors are targeting us, it's like, they're targeting us because they want to play a great game, hopefully.
Ideally, if you encounter
Ideally.
an exploit or a bug or something security oriented, we would
Yes.
prefer you reach out to us privately. You can DM me
Agreed.
or Toast or Wagner.
Or me.
Or Steven. Steven, you have a
Doesn't
lot
get
of
lost.
DMs.
I know.
So
It doesn't get
you
lost in
might
the
get
DMs.
lost. But if you DM one of the community team members, like the community managers or me, we will get on it right away. Like, those things are things that, we're working with engineering on all the time. And we have had people reach out to us in the past in regards to those type of things.
I like somebody said hacked out of love, copium. Okay, maybe a little bit of copium, but regardless, it was great to see the team's response to that, because we had issues.
I felt so bad. I'd be like calling somebody up at 3 a.m.
Security is important.
I know.
They
But,
got a little bit of
I
testing.
thought we performed very well in that. So with that regard, going forward, obviously, Alpha 2 is where we're going to employ more stringent security measures,
Undoubtedly.
especially around those ancillary systems and as part of the game code even further. Because, from our perspective, obviously, MMORPGs, when you have a large amount of players that are participating across many different
The
systems
security
in a
of the
single
player.
environment, there's always going to be opportunities for certain individuals to do things that are a little bit unsavory. And
Yes, sir.
in that regard,
Environmental art.
that's going to be a focus for us going forward to Alpha 2.
All right. Speaking of Alpha 2, I know that people are wanting a date. We don't have a date for you, so we will not be announcing that on this stream. When we do have a date, we will let you know. But obviously, right now, our main thing is kind of going through, making sure that we have all the systems in.
I'm gonna try to play the
ready for
Alpha 2.
Getting those things ready and prepared.
Either via
and figuring
getting
out the
access
timeframes that those things are going
to the creation of a program, or
So,
by
it's going
maybe
to be a little
buying
while.
it.
But we will let you guys know when we are ready to let you know when Alpha 2
Please accept me.
In regards to Alpha 2, can we talk a little bit about what the users can expect in Alpha 2? I know you won't be able to go through everything
Yeah,
because
that
it's a
would.
lot, but
Yeah.
the
This
highlights
is
maybe.
very important because not only they're gonna refine a little bit what we've seen in Alpha 1. You asked earlier if anyone ever played the game other than the developers, and the answer was a yes. They tested the Alpha 1, they got a lot of feedback, and now they're gonna test the Alpha 2 with the feedback and new stuff. And that's how they're gonna be moving forward. No NDA, so you can actually live stream it.
Yeah, honestly, Alpha 2 is really taking Alpha 1 and fleshing out all of those systems much, much further, right?
There we go.
So one of the main things is going to be obviously node progression outside of just stage 3, perhaps up to city, if not metropolis stage for Alpha
Ooh.
2. Another component is going to be drastically increasing the world size, and that incorporates obviously a significant amount of other work, such as all the quest lines, the level of progression, incorporating.
Hopefully, we're not gonna get a new world quest line progression. Go across the map and back again to deliver for 2 minutes of work.
Secondary archetype choices, having augment capabilities as part of the combat system and the skill trees, incorporating the weapon skill trees as part of that, having a vast array of diverse creatures to select from, having some more of the spawner influence and changes that get adjusted in the world based on node progression, incorporating more of the parent vassal system and how nodes interact with each other, expanding out the guild skill trees, really doing a significant revamp on gathering and the way that we're actually going to start demonstrating the real gathering systems, the itemization
Nice.
and crafting components, just general artisanship tree. Those are big portions of what needs to be done, but also dialing in on things like diminishing returns and the way that buffs get applied and or debuffs get applied, the type.
On the first one, the Alpha 1, it wasn't any diminishing return, and I said it when I was watching the footage where you can get stun lock forever. What is diminishing return? Basically, is the penalty of a repeated ability. Let's put it, a repeated negative effect or ability. For example, if 10 of the same characters, same skills, do the same exact CC ability to the same exact target, it should be a diminishing return. It should be, someone else used this ability to this character. If I use it, if a second person used the same ability to that character or any type of CC, let's say, it's gonna be decreased. The duration, the effect, the damage, whatever. That difference is what we call diminishing return. It wasn't any. You could get stun locked 24/7 and just die out of stun locks.
Of the types of status effects and status conditions and how they're represented to the players. There's a lot.
Imagine 10 people adding 10 different bleedings and poison to one person and just walking away. Go stealth, poisons, bleedings, leave. And the person just dies over time. It's a little bit stupid.
A lot of stuff that goes into moving from Alpha 1 to Alpha 2. And just to make sure, you guys, as you're viewing and you're tuning in and this gets viewed on YouTube or the VOD later, there's a lot of work that's necessary for Alpha 2. And with that regard, of course, we're going to be keeping you up to date, and Margaret and her team are going to be keeping everybody up to date and interfacing with you guys as we move forward. But from a amount of work standpoint, there's going to be some time here where there's a little bit of downtime. We had a lot of of kind of showing of what's happening behind the scenes and Alpha 1 itself, and was no NDA attached to that, and you got to see players in the world, and that's all great. But now we really need to heads down focus on Alpha 2. We have a lot of work ahead of us. All the teams have a lot of work ahead of us, and there's going to be some down period between Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. There will still be some spot tests. We'll still invite some of the testers from Alpha 1 back to to participate as part of those spot tests become necessary, dictated by our developers. But there's going to be some patience to be had, and as we spend the time that's necessary to make sure we're getting things right and are incorporating the right feedback that we received during Alpha 1 and stuff.
Yeah, we just really want to set expectations. And when we are ready to tell you the Alpha 2 date, we will. But in the interim, we will be continuing to do our monthly updates. You guys will get to see the progress. I think, I'm even looking back and seeing a lot of what you guys say already is like, you've watched the journey, and it's been pretty cool to see that. It's gonna be even crazier because we're gonna have some really cool stuff come online, and so you're still gonna see those systems as they come online and piece by piece, and of course new art and like just basically everything from our teams. I think you'll actually see more stuff from design, especially as we move forward, because now Alpha 2 is really where a lot of those other systems are going to be starting to come online that we're very much in engineering's field, and so we can't really show you what engineering is doing. Although McP has offered to show me code, I was like, probably shouldn't show that on the stream.
Is how development works.
But yeah, we do have lots of cool things.
Unfortunately, you cannot really show the development part unless a workable result. Watching a code. Hooray!
And a lot of Dev Diary stuff will be coming back online once the studio's ready and Steven approves that I can start recording in there. And yeah, we just got a lot of cool things planned. So even in the interim, we will continue to share updates with you all, and even some more behind the scenes stuff once the office is ready for that.
Heck yeah!
So with that, I think we're ready to move on to environment. If you are,
all right, let's see some environmental art.
Ready.
Okay. The first thing we want to discuss actually in regards to the environment update is that they are currently working on terrain and node R&D. Before I even show you guys some of the art stuff that they've got for me to showcase, do you want to talk a little bit about what that research and development is and how that's going to be incorporated into the game?
The R&D for, I'm sorry, you cut out
terrain and node.
Oh, terrain and node. Yeah, absolutely. So,
What?
as you guys saw in Alpha 1, the nodes weren't super visually aesthetic, right? They were functional. They had the buildings placement. They had NPCs that spawned. They would grow in size. The territory of collection for experience would change. The base functionality of the platform technology and how they're procedurally generated, that was functioning as well. But from a terrain perspective, essentially the plug of terrain and how the terrain changes when a node advances, making sure that it's seamless at level 0, making sure that it has foliage that's properly placed, and when you get into the layout, having some height changes, having different materials for the roads, and just kind of spending time on prettying up the nodes. Part of the R&D component is obviously going to be examining how much we can change the terrain and make it very seamless when it's set in the world for the node itself, but also extrapolating out from just stage 3 into stage 4, into a town, into a city, and eventually a metropolis. A lot of R&D is going to be placed in not just how we achieve those larger footprints of the node itself, but the location and placement and what parameters design has to set as part of the platform tech for particular buildings.
Speaking of design, I saw a prototype that one of them did, and that was pretty cool. They were like prototyping some of the node stuff.
Yeah, Bucky Collins did a great job using very
the thing with the environment and the nodes, you have to remember that there's about like hundreds, if not more, of different nodes. So will we get like copy paste designs, one metropolis, one village, one Or will it be any variations or RNG for each location? So it kinda makes it in a way unique. I know it's gonna be a shit ton of work. I'm just curious.
I think it's using Java to create this so on the world map of Vera, right, he has these locations set for every single of the 103 node locations. And then he's incorporated a point system to determine the value of each essentially district, each parent node as it absorbs other nodes. And through that we can run simulations over and over and over and over
There
again
we go.
to play out the way that nodes are going to move. Like, for example, I guess I really shouldn't give that information, but this stuff in the back end, which is predetermines essentially how nodes progress from a territory standpoint. That's a very important component. But from the environment side, on the R&D stuff, that's really going to be like, how can we make sure that node placements are equitable when it comes to sieging and defenses of those particular nodes, the types of number of gates you have to make it through in order to reach the town center, not having too much terrain around a node that just makes it so easy. Like if a node's in a basin and like you can have trebuchets on the top of terrain, like raining down fire out of the range or fire for attack back from the node itself. Like that's part of the R&D, the research and development aspect of determining the right type of layouts that need to be preset from a parameter standpoint as part of this procedural generation, because we also want nodes to look very different. We don't want nodes.
There is procedural in generation. I was like, it has to be. You basically design, let's say, 10 different chairs, 10 different tables, 10 different house. I'm just giving examples. Assets, a lot of assets. And you kind of like have some predetermined locations. And with the different combinations, it can make each place in a procedural generated way to look unique every time.
Nodes to look the same, right? So
that's my biggest worry.
For Alpha 1, it was just about standing up the tech, making sure the tech is working correctly, that we're collecting the experience, that we're surfacing the stuff to the player. And now, as we move towards Alpha 2, we really need to dial in on the R&D aspect of, okay, we need to define these parameters accurately. We need to theory craft out each of these parameters and each of these node locations as they progress.
Bravo.
What impact is that going to have on things like sieges?
You have no idea how much actual testing and simulation they need to run in order to have some balance between all of the locations. You want to have the kind of same benefits, I'm gonna say location benefits, but at the same time, no, really, you don't want to copy paste. It's just you want it to feel a little bit balanced on the PvP, because when you siege, you actually siege the settlement, the town.
What impact is it going to have on things like, having those buildings and NPCs present, and what number of available plots are possible at a maximum stage node? So there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
excited.
I can ramble, so just cut me off when I'm talking.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, I'm going to swap over and I'm going to show you guys some concept art. So first thing I have here is the volcano landscape that they're working on. I love seeing the concept art because you guys have seen some of the concept art in the past of the different terrains, and then we show you the screenshot of in-game, and it's like, it looks exactly the same.
My biggest issue with this, and from what I've seen from the gameplay, is nailing down the anti-aliasing. For me, for example, if it doesn't have a TAA with some of the sliders to balance the blurriness, the motion blur, the some of the details when it comes to how much details do I want to have to make it pleasant to me. A good correlation between basically settings and anti-aliasing will make the environment look, very foggy, very mystery, but well. Because there is a lot of games that they fail to do that. They just add a shit ton of blurriness and smoke, and the anti-aliasing, they leave it as a FX AA or even no anti-aliasing, making the whole environment looking so bad. If they can do that, is simply just put as many anti-aliasings as you can and as many sliders as you can in hopes, hopefully they know they can do their research to make the environment for each individual's setup to look nice. That's all I want. From the gameplay, it looked very foggy, like very blurry, not foggy. Like the blurriness that you don't want. You want to have clarity, especially if I'm using a monitor that cost me 700 euros to have that clarity, to have that nice visuals, right?
It's so hard to tell sometimes because our artists are just so amazing. But can you talk a little bit about
Only when I
what
test
this
it.
area is, other than obviously
Yeah.
volcanic?
So this is lava, and you can tell it's lava because it's
But
bright.
I'm not gonna judge that. I'm gonna judge the actual environment and the actual elements and assets that I see around on the pictures at least.
And glowing a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Lava looks beautiful.
Okay. No, this is obviously there's
Steven likes to troll me.
It has this
there's a wide
rockiness.
array of different types of biomes that's present, and one of these
You see?
components is
This
obviously how do
chunkiness.
we portray landscapes that are not just beautiful but are also dangerous. And there's obviously environmental hazards and effects that can be part of these types of terrains, and we want to not just show always the prettiest side of Vera, but also show the more I don't want to say vulgar, but like the more antagonistic
Gritty,
aspects, the gritty, dark. Yeah, exactly. So that includes stuff like corruption and how it kind of perverts the land, or these more kind of apocalyptic scenes where you have these, large flowing rivers of lava, emanating from a giant volcano, and because we're able to significantly increase the draw call distance that you can see the world around you, it's cool because you may see this volcano from a 30-minute distance trek across the realm, but once you reach it, not just because of the surrounding area that you see here that's concepted out, but that there is something deep in that volcano that's compelling. Like you want to go inside,
Lava creatures.
Yes, exactly, right.
Also, in one of the concept arts, it's like a double rainbow of lava.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the great thing about these types of concepts is they're not just identifying the specific biome, but they're incorporating the type of perspective you want to have with those long draw calls, right? With being able to see that mountain at a distance, or having the world lighting break through the clouds that's present there. And I think that
There's different technologies used for rendering. Some of them allows you to have somewhat like a silhouette from far away. You don't really see like the trees or much of details for performance issues. And nowadays, especially, the 2021, they're able to keep some of the effects and details in a very far away, but not render it fully. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really affect the performance, but actually at the same time, it makes it look really good. 7 Days to Die started implementing that technology to their 10 years old game and started making the environment looking really good and distinguishedly. You are able to identify the biome from very, very far away because everything render, but not everything, just enough information to give you the feeling of the biome.
that gives the environment team a good direction on, not encapsulating every trek across the world, because a lot of MMOs we've played, those zones are super encapsulated. Like, I'm always blocked because there's some tall mountain that doesn't let me see beyond it, and it's like right next to me. Or I have a very curated path that I have to follow, and that can just be a super boring thing.
Yep.
Yeah. If there's a waterfall, there better be something hidden behind it.
Yep.
That's right.
And of course,
that's references from Ark, if you ask me, where not a single waterfall had anything behind it. That and also Conan Exile, as far as I remember. Both of them in the survival genre, they never had anything behind them.
Stephen
Such
talked
a
a little bit
disappointment.
about the different nodes. The first thing here I'm going to show you is actually a bunch of props for the Dunir. We're building out more things. So we have,
That's what I'm talking
this
about.
is actually a fireplace. It's work in progress one. So maybe next month you'll get to see
Cozy.
the final of it. We've been showing a lot of the different stuff that's going to be in houses and in nodes. This is a podium
Podium, yep.
that you'll probably see in a town.
In the middle of
And
the
then we
town.
also have some bridges. You can see a couple different variants of bridges here. And I think we have an image for scale in game with one of the bridges popped into the game. Obviously, that's not
Okay.
where it's going to be, but they just popped it in there so you can see
Okay.
for scale.
Yeah, and these are important because
Google, right?
as nodes advance, again, they don't just reflect changes within the node's footprint, but actually structures will form like harbors and bridges that help to provide trade-related resources, more world development components, and these are the types of structures you're going to see develop alongside the nodes in the world.
I would love to be able to contribute to the actual environment by building like bridges and other stuff for trading. You know, have some sort of a contribution between, trading between different zones. That would be something great. It was an MMO that did that. Pretty old, really bad, top-down camera. But the idea of it was quite interesting, where all of the people got together just to build that specific bridge, just so they are able to go from one biome to another. I'm not saying, block everything or fill it up with lavas and other obstacles to create annoyance. But in a way, if there's some pre-located locations that can give you a little bit of a shortcut if the players contribute and make it a little bit expensive so people cannot build it overnight, they actually, in an organized way, an entire guild need to contribute their time in a weekly manner, like Arcade, for example, where you build the big bridge over the Aurora, whatever, up in the north, to connect the two continents, something like that. I think that would be a great idea. Something to be able to contribute to the entire world outside of the actual metropolis. That is my feedback on that one.
And then we have signs, and then as well as a defensive barrier, one of the defensive barriers that they're working on. And then I will show you that, I think that's the back side of it. Because you'll be able to like set up defenses and stuff whenever your freehold is, or your node is attacked. Empyrean ones here are the next ones. So you can kind of see a very different version of these. So these are some of the fencing.
Different type of fencing. Will it be for
Very
outside, for around the village?
Yeah, Empyrean are like, their art is so interesting because it's still very refined, but then it's got the Alvin look to it.
It's a combination of stone
really
and
cool.
metal.
Oh yeah.
Another
Coppery metal.
I believe this is a gate.
Nice art, boys.
Yeah, for the fence. So you could open it.
Yeah, it looks great. Environment team always does such a great job bringing to life these cultures. It might not seem much as you view individual like fences or fountains and these kind of props that are present across the world, but when you start putting all of these things together to represent, an entire town, village, or whatever, they do a great job making these things all exist together and one another. It doesn't, cohesive, doesn't make it feel like it's standing out or apart or a sore thumb, so to speak.
Yeah, and then these are some of the lighting, like the sconces that go on the wall versus the ground.
They're gonna need so much art.
You'll be seeing that will help light up the areas, and then a weapon rack because you gotta have weapon racks.
Gotta have them.
That's all of the Empyrean props. But yeah, they are working on, fleshing out a lot of those things, creating more pieces that are going to make the world feel a little bit more lively. And also some of the things that you guys will be able to utilize in your freeholds, like fencing for your stables and your creatures to keep them in, So like we need a lot of those pieces. So you're going to see a lot of like furniture pieces for all of
I want to see more greenery themed, like themed ones where it's more like green leaves. You know, maybe it is a metropolis hidden in a zoo in a forest. You know, and it's full of greens. I want to see some of those variations as well. That would be crazy.
Different races coming in as you've seen each month progressively. Next up, we've got character art.
Aw,
I guess we'll
kitty,
start with this
the
one.
kitty.
This is actually where I was going to leave off, but this is Paula's cat,
Aw,
which is
Aww.
nah.
just, oh my gosh, the coolest thing ever.
It's a giant cat.
I was actually going to end on this one, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll go backwards instead.
Yeah, that's good. Look at him or
Aw.
her. Is it him or her?
I don't know. Jinsey will have to let us know. This is a Jinsey creation. It is
So
Looks beautiful.
this is an in-game achievable mount. Is that correct?
correct. This is not a cosmetic one.
So this is not cosmetic. This is achievable in-game. Now I'm pretty sure that this particular mount is probably going to be achieved through some of the animal husbandry system.
I'm
that's-
so happy to hear the word husbandry. You have no idea, because nowadays MMOs, they don't take crafting and overall professions as serious as I want them to take them. I was a farmer in Arcade. I'm a big Arcade player. I had cheese and I had bees and I had honey and I was converting them into packs and I was driving them across the ocean and across the map just to make some bucks. That was insanely nice. I want this. Or I had chickens and ducks and I was feeding them daily. It made me feel like a little blue farmer, you know? I was farming, feeding my animals, multiplying, collecting my eggs, selling them for profit, or giving them to someone to make potions and foods. Please, make this happen. We need this. And we also need property outside of the metropolis. I think a housing area where you can actually have the space to do these things.
Likely going to be through the crossbreeding of a normal domesticated house cat and a bear, a wild bear.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I'm just
A wild bear.
I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm
I'm just
joking.
imagining a house cat and a bear, and I'm like,
No,
Steven,
what?
how? What?
I'm just joking.
People in chat were saying it should be making the same sounds that my cat was
Is
making.
that, yeah, I was gonna say, is that why the cat's making those noises?
The
No, I'm just
bell.
kidding.
Where's the
I can
bell?
support some audio for you. You can use it.
Perfect. Just have that playing on the freehold as like the sounds when you're trying to make. That would be so good.
Oh my
No, but
God.
this is an in-game achievable. It will be derived through some method of exploring the animal husbandry system.
And then
Well
you can see
done.
with the mount and the armor. as
Well
versus
done.
Alone by itself. Next up, I'm gonna go backwards, so I gotta go. We've got
Ooh,
the
the
Black Sight Watcher.
Raven.
So this is a cosmetic
crow.
one. This is from a Halloween set previously. I helped design.
Is that a
It's got, like,
mount?
6 eyes. Very cool. And it's based off of some of the ravens that were created. So we built out some ravens. I love the like albino vibe raven. It needs a red eye.
Red eye.
The graven.
The graven.
The gray raven.
Oh, I love it. Maybe we make a really really pale one that
I want to
has
see a
Oh, yeah.
ghosty
for
one.
the- Yeah, ooh, I
Cool.
like the graven idea. And then we have the carmine chameleon. Looks so
Oh.
cute. This turned out so good. This is part of the Valentine's Day.
Where do you
set.
see it? Ah,
Very neat.
Now, that's a pet.
It is
Or
a
mount.
mount.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
where do you
That,
see
I
it?
mean, if you didn't
there?
have a saddle, that would be really uncomfortable.
We could make him a pet too, though. We could make like
No,
a little
I'm just
baby
saying,
version.
like, if you were riding that thing without a saddle, like
Oh, it
that.
would hurt.
Oh, that crystal wasn't meant to be there. You know what I mean? Like, that would be unfortunate.
Don't bear back the carmine chameleon.
Finding crystals down there. Jesus.
But yeah, these are meant to be. My thought process is that I would love to have these be like in like a cavern, and then like you don't realize that it's a creature, and you go to like mine it, and then it like comes out and attacks you.
Ooh.
That's what I
Oh,
was
yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
And what if he just like poops crystals and you can like harvest it?
Oh, That'd be
Oh
lovely.
yeah, like that's one of his actions, like his top tier action.
That'd
is
be
just
pay to
like
win, Steven.
24. Well, oh, that's true. No, it'd have to be a part of the base value.
Yeah, the base creature.
Yeah.
We could make a base creature that is a
That poops resources.
Yeah.
Husbandry again.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's probably going to happen. It's fine. The next thing we have here is the Greaves of Pride. So you can kind of see the final version, and then we'll also show you kind of the work in progress and how these
Like
work.
gauntlets.
So sometimes you get to see
What do
the
you call
gray scale versions of each of these things, like you did with the fireplace. But this is one where you get to kind of see the whole process of it.
Is it for arrows?
I
What
love
am I
the
watching?
detail. And I would say that
Kneecaps?
partly, obviously, outside of the fact that we have very talented artists, but partly the reason for these types of detail on the armor sets and the weapons is that as part of our home system, you'll be able to have certain types of furnitures that allow you to place armor sets as display, and having those armors be intricately detailed like this one, I think is going to be a really cool added bonus to how each of the players customizes their homes and stuff.
Oh yeah, like housing decor. People love to have the models of the items put in their house. I've seen people do that kind
Absolutely.
of stuff all the time, or have like a room, like a dressing room with like a bunch of mannequins lined up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with all like the armor that you're really proud of from raiding and stuff.
You all
But
down
yeah,
for
this is really
Trasmox.
cool.
Ooh.
I'm still in shock of how amazing our artists are. Like it looks like the concept. It's crazy. Next up, we've got the Fuming Tincture, which you can see this work in progress. So this is actually a cosmetic accessory item
Snake.
that goes onto like a bottle on your belt, or that goes on a bottle that's on your backpack that dangles from it. So you can actually swap those things out and make like different looks and vibes. And
Looks
this is
so good.
from the Halloween set a few years
Very
ago,
cool.
or a couple years ago. I helped design this one.
Yay.
The next thing is the Coil of Crackling Skies. This is actually part of the set with the Thundering Bolt Beast. This is one of the rings
Ooh.
that you could get to see. And yes, you will have rings in game and necklaces.
Look
and
at
earrings.
that. Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's nasty.
Looks
Turned
great.
out really great. I want to see how like rings like reflect. You know how they're like shiny.
Yeah, I'd love to have like jewelry boxes as part of like furniture as well, and like
Oh,
let you put jewelry in the box.
You can propose to somebody with a little jewelry box.
that'd be so cool.
Because we are gonna have weddings. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for like
True
just
role
community
play.
stuff like
Let's
that.
go.
It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
We will definitely 100% have to have like a Varen interior decorating show series on like
Oh,
Twitch and YouTube.
easily.
How many
We will-
people?
Yeah.
How many people they're gonna actually get married in Ashes of Creation? Remember that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I told you.
We will make that happen because I love that
I'm
idea.
sure there's going to be like also, Varen companies out in the game world that sell their
Yeah.
in-house decor services,
Well,
and
they have
like
to
you
be
can
able to
add
edit.
them to your family and then give the permission to deploy based on that, right?
Okay.
For the property or
I
whatever.
think in the
and then,
past you had said that we wouldn't provide permissions like that for somebody
Did
else
I?
to come in and like
For decoration.
stuff like
pick
that.
up, yeah, they can
Yeah.
access like inventories and stuff, but yeah,
Maybe
that's
They could do like place the blueprints, like make the design without actually having the item. It's kind of like, how can I put it? You give them visually all of the assets and they can place them, but if they leave the property, nothing is lost. It's just the design. It's you create a design, and then the person who owns it can accept the design and place his items where it was designed by someone else. They don't need to actually have the item. Just the recipe, just a blueprint, basically. Blueprint, that's the word that I was looking for.
that's something we
true.
have to talk about because in the
Yeah.
past at other places that I have worked as well, we've allowed people to do that, and it's been pretty cool. You can like hire somebody
Yeah.
to like help interior decorate because people would like make a hot tub out of like crazy weird stuff, like putting them together. It was madness.
That's true.
All
We
right,
should I like somebody said, Magisto AOC said, how about cleaning them? We should have houses get dirty over time. And like, if you don't clean them, like you take
little roaches and stuff.
yeah, you get like a negative on like the house decor functionalities.
This is hilarious. But I love it.
And you could hire cleaning services.
This is hilarious. Stupidly hilarious. Goes away from every standard MMO. But I love it.
Which is totally
Design, good luck, and artist, good luck with that. But some games do that. Like Animal Crossing has it. If you don't come back for a while, there's like little bugs and you have to go stomp on them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just
It doesn't have to be too crazy. You could have it be simple.
You got to make your bed in the morning.
That
Fuck.
would be funny. We're going into Sims now, which I love. So, this is the Lorica Vindicta set, which was our March set for this year.
Looks like
cosmetic set.
romance.
Really cool. And we have a turntable.
Yeah,
on
that
it.
looks great.
Ooh. Approved.
Sparta.
I was going for kind of that,
Romanian. It's not. It's less than
March
Sparta.
Ives vibe,
Oh, the Ides of March.
Yeah, Ides of March.
Hopefully, you're gonna
This
be able
is
to mix match
This
together and
not
create
too
some
much
Trustmox. You know, Trustmox is what is gonna
They would have to have no chest plate. If it
give
was
it a very
Yeah.
high popularity, in my opinion.
Just kidding.
Sparta. There'd be
People
no
love
breastplate
this.
There.
Sandals. Nice sandals. Yeah, of course. Steven, we'll have to get Steven a pair of these sandals.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm not allowed to wear sandals anymore.
I know.
It's very sad.
How can you be Sandal Lord without wearing sandals?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so sad.
All right. Well, next up we have Threads of Fate, which looks amazing.
Like a Medusa.
Bless you.
They didn't hear me, but you did.
Oh, bless you.
My allergies are going crazy, so that's why I'm keep coughing and
It
sneezing.
looks
Yeah,
beautiful.
Eli did this set, I believe.
And he even made the weapons, which
Yeah,
aren't part of the
looks great.
the cosmetic that you get.
We'll find somewhere to put them.
The
we will.
maze,
Yeah,
though.
we will find
Ooh.
somewhere to use them. And we have a turntable of this as well.
Ooh.
So you can see that.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, I love it.
It looks so good.
Great job, Eli. Looks very good.
Phenomenon.
We did a little zoom in. Yeah, we got really high
Oh,
quality.
nice. Got a little
sized
zoom in
assets for
going.
Yeah,
Holy
we got really high
smokes.
quality assets for this. So thank you for. I always love when artists send us the high.
Bro,
quality
if you
stuff.
can get 3D
can-
of
we
these
can do more fun with it.
and
Nice
actually
idea.
These
buy
guys
them,
on like top of a ziggurat and like have the instead of the light in the hand, just like a pulsating heart, and they're just like eating it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure the design team is going to find some fun places to put these. But yeah, just so you guys know, all of the creatures and NPCs that we create for these monthly cosmetics, you are helping us develop the world. These are going to be in the game as
Yes.
NPCs, as creature variants, etc. I mean, you probably already have seen them through Alpha 1. But yeah, you're helping us.
buy
really,
it and never use
build it out.
green screen again to show
Next up,
off
we've got
in the
Denia
background.
plate
That
set.
is the
There's two different versions
plan.
of this. So this is the first one.
And this one's in-game achievable, yes?
Yes, correct. And you get to see
Nice.
the progression path
Oh,
of
cool.
the armor set as well.
Always
Little horns on that one.
pieces upgradable.
one has like
Well,
a
what's
little-
what's good over
Little
here?
hawk.
Yep. So just again to give you context in comparison between armor sets that are achievable in game and the cosmetic skins that people can purchase. Obviously, again, our primary objective is that we keep those equitable. That you are not, a lot of games probably many of us have played. You're forced to consider the purchase of cosmetic sets if you want to look good
Oh, what did I do?
at all. That will not be the case in Ashes. There is both a path towards achieving really cool looking in-game items based on your efforts, and then also an alternative option in the cosmetic shop.
And of course, all of the cosmetics, you have to own an item to put that item on.
Correct.
So you can't just like
No
immediately at
pay to
level
win here.
1 have the coolest armor. Cool. All right.
What is that? What is that? Have you seen that meme where they're like, it's King Theoden and Gandalf's walking. He's like, There's no pay to win here, Gandalf Stormcrow. And it's like,
Yeah.
I told you to take the wizard.
For a game that has only monthly subscription, everything is free. Everything. I don't mind the cosmetics.
It's credit card.
The
Oh my god.
clothes,
Sorry.
the
You're
skins.
fine. It's funny. All right.
I don't mind
let's
it.
move on to our Q&A.
Let's go
so we've got
Q&A.
questions here from the community, and if we don't answer your question here, definitely go check the forums. Toast and Vacnar will be adding answers to your lovely questions over there after this. So even if you don't get answered here, you may get answered there.
Let's see
or
if
they'll
I
let you
know the
if you should-
answers or what I think should be the answers based on what my preferences are. So let's do this.
put them in for next time. So half tilt gamer and Pickadoliver want to know about Alpha 1. What were some of the team's biggest takeaways from Alpha 1 testing? I mean, we talked a little bit about that, but
we did talk a little bit.
If you could pick one thing, what's your one thing that you think you took away from Alpha 1? Just one.
Just one.
Performance combat.
Gosh. Wow. That's super tough. There's so many, so many different things. I guess the biggest takeaway probably would be the direction of combat and the fluid nature we want to have between tab and action. The direction on the melee combat, the great amount of work that the new ability system team did, especially on the back end side of things. But the biggest takeaway I would say is that we're heading in the right direction. Now we just need to add some further polish, some bells and whistles, and continue down the path of
no lock animation.
that more free-form melee component and the really responsive, fast type of feedback from combat in the ability usage as well.
I think from my perspective, it's definitely the user flow process from downloading to patching and getting in the game client. I think we still have some improvements that we need to make in regards to that. And obviously internally, I think there's some live operations communications that we need to work out and get those kinks set up. But I think those to me would be big takeaways from the perspective of like what we were trying to test in this Alpha 1.
For sure.
Feedback from Audenix wants to know, Audenix wants to know about feedback. I went dyslexic there for a moment. What is one thing you wish us testers and community members better understood about the development process in order to give more valuable feedback? Ooh, can I answer this one?
Sure.
I think for feedback, the best things that you can do are a brief sentence on what the issue is that you're encountering.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Steps on how to reproduce the counter, what results you had, and then the expected results. I think that to me is the most confined way to provide.
Basically, is what is the problem? How does it affect you? What do you recommend? Identify the problem, how it is affect, and how to solve it, or what do you suggest?
Like bug feedback. In regards to feedback, I think being concise and like giving us like what your problem is, and then kind of what you expect to be happening versus what you think is actually happening, I think to me allows us to really understand like what you're trying to get to. Because for instance, I worked on a previous game where, sometimes you find out that the issue that somebody has isn't the issue that they're saying. For instance, we had like a weapon and someone was like, oh, it feels like it's not doing as much damage as the other weapons. But then I went in and looked at data and I was like, oh, they're doing exactly the same amount of DPS. So it's not a damage problem on the data side. It's actually an animation problem that's making it feel like it's not doing as much damage. And all we did was alter the animation and everyone's like, oh, this change is so good. It does so much more damage. And we're like, it doesn't really do any more damage. It just feels better. Because we understood like, oh, the problem is that people feel like it's not doing enough damage.
Yeah. This is a hard question to answer just because, what's to be expected with transparent development is that players won't know the difference on a lot of development related, things. Of course, that's why, as you said, it's important to give good context behind any of the feedback, right?
Yeah.
Because then it allows the developers obviously to read into what you're saying specifically and know with their developer
Because sometimes the issue
instinct.
you're encountering isn't actually happening. So
Right.
we'll go in and we'll test it. We're like, oh, that's
Sure.
not happening. And then if we don't have
Yeah.
context, we're like, well, it's
Sure.
not broken. So
Yeah, what I would say that's helpful to me, in addition to what you described, Margaret, is I think one of the things that's important about being a tester in an environment like Ashes, where you're fundamentally testing a true alpha system, is be willing to spend some time outside of gameplay to read through forums and what other testers have said and are saying as
So
well.
you don't repeat.
Because that will better help contextualize your feedback also, and it'll give you insight to what others have been saying, maybe have you think a little bit differently about your experiences.
Basically, what he's saying is don't spam our forums with the same quest. Check others may have asked the same thing, and if they did we answer? Did they phrase it fully? That covers your question as well. If not, try to be more specific than the other person that asked the same question. Clarity, that's it. Just be as specific as possible with a lot of clarity. That's how you probably give feedback.
I think that's an important thing. I also think one important thing, and it's not really something that testers or non-developer audiences can do per se, but I would say an important part is understanding the stage at which the development is supposed to be at.
Right.
Meaning, for example, like when I say, hey, we don't have much of the UI implemented at all. A lot of this is placeholder. And then if a response or feedback is like, I hate this UI. Well, if I read that and I'm thinking, yes, me too. I hate the UI as well at this stage, and it needs to be more functional, but that's something for a future testing period. So becoming familiar with what you're testing and why you're testing what you are testing. I would say that's an important thing. But let me just say, with that question being answered,
just read, because we do provide you a list of what we are properly testing.
But with that question being answered, I will say our community has performed amazingly when it comes to feedback and when it comes to testing, because true testing is a difficult task. I mean, it is a very redundant / repetitive / monotonous / you're not playing a game. And that's something that we've tried to say many times in the past about alphas, at least with regards
We
to
told
Ashes.
people don't buy unless you want to help the development process, right?
Yeah, but I think
which is really funny from a marketing perspective of being like,
Right.
don't buy this.
Don't
is
buy
funny.
it.
But I think we saw super positive response from the community regardless of that, right? And even amongst our testers. I mean, we had great response from our testers, from our community. The feedback was, and even if the feedback is redundant or not necessarily applicable to the testing period itself, at least reading what the players are saying gives us confirmation that our intentions are down the right road of what players want to see. And that's always a good thing as well.
Well done, chat.
We took a long answer for that.
I'm so sorry.
No, I think it's great. I think both of us.
Well, that
had
was
a
an
lot to
important
say.
question because it references the community specifically.
Yeah, I know. I love that you were telling people kind of like read up. I think a lot of the times, even on the community side, from our perspective, our community managers are basically like broken records. They get very used to answering the same question over and over again. We do supply a lot of answers for you on our support side. Like literally, there's a KB articles for almost everything. The community has an amazing wiki with a lot of answers. Like if you just take a moment to do a little research on the question that you have, you might find the answer pretty quickly, because everyone in our community is just amazing.
drink my water.
Otherwise, we are helpful. We will answer the question that we've answered a million times. Cronus wants to know about split body versus root motion. Based on recent feedback, what direction are you leaning towards in regards to split body versus root motion?
That's literally two. You're putting two different things in the same phrase. Split body animation and fixed animation can be together. Right? So you have the stop animation or the locked animation, where your character is locked into the animation from the beginning to the end. You click, it goes through the animation, and you cannot cancel it, or the freeway. But you can have the split animation, the split body animation, while it's fixed or not fixed. Let's see if we hear it.
In combat.
I think we're leaning towards split body. Well, I don't think. We are leaning towards split body. I do think. I think very often and a lot. Sometimes too much. But in this regard, split body.
He thinks
Split body he's referring to not fixed position, because you can have split body animation on a fixed position. Where is my key? That's what I want to know as well. Where's my key?
a lot and he makes decisions. George Black wants to know action versus tab targeting. Are you still considering
Both.
whether the combined action / tab targeting combat will be replaced by either tab only or action only?
Hybrid.
No, I think that we will find a healthy medium between the two. I think that really what it comes down to is the definition of action. And I think that there is a varying degree of opinions on what action targeting means, so to speak. But as I've clearly defined in the past, and as you can research on Wiki, our opinion on, at least my opinion on action combat, is, I think, well represented in the way we want to hybridize that combat in Ashes of Creation. And I think that there is going to be a good balance between those two, and it should be a seamless transition between the two as well. You know, we're going to be fleshing that out further as we move forward.
And I'll answer this next one, which is from Pyrial/Pyrial. They want to know about dwarves. Will the Dunir be seeing an update on their appearance? Yes. You all have sent us a lot of feedback. We are going to be showcasing a lot of those changes next month, probably. I've been working with production to try to make sure that that kind of gets pushed a little bit forward so that we can at least show you guys some work in progress changes next month on our development update. So stay tuned. We heard you. A lot of us love dwarves. We agree. So you'll be seeing some changes coming along.
And I've been working with Ryan Richmond, who's our lead concept artist, on some of those changes that we'll be making to the Dunir dwarves to make them more traditional fantasy, stout-looking dwarves, right?
Thick boys.
Thick boys and girls. But yeah, that's I don't know if it'll make it by next month because there's some revisions that we're here now going back.
Yeah, I think we're going to show some
after.
work in progress. Not
okay.
It won't be final stuff. Obviously, it's going to take more than a month to finalize those bad boys because the base of the models that they create are going to affect everything going forward.
And the dwarves that you saw in Alpha 1 actually will be more similar to the Nikua as well. So something to be said about that.
Ooh,
no, what's Nikua?
All right. And then we have from Sethrago wants to know about orcs. Will the more goblin-esque Vec be as short as dwarves or just slightly shorter than their Renkai brethren?
No, I believe they are slightly shorter than the Veilun, but slightly taller than the Dunir. So they're in between the two.
And Angelic Shia wants to know about stats. Are our stat points, strength, dex, int, granted statistically as we level based on our class, or can we reallocate them as we wish, kind of adjust them?
So as of right now, definitively, there is going to be a tattooed system, which will allow certain slots for you to apply stat migration. But it's a give and take relationship. There will be higher quality magical tattoos that can be applied to the character in order to adjust stats. But for the most part,
enchantment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Tattoo system. I think we've talked about that in the past too. So if some people
We
are
have.
like, what?
I'm not sure about
yeah.
the tattoo
So
system.
one up road wants to know about nodes. Will the type of nodes of each location be shuffled before launch so that beta testing doesn't reveal their secrets?
It's always.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh
Beta
no.
testing will require that the node types be definitive, and that's because of how node types are integrated into the relating and corresponding neighboring points of interest and those quest lines. So it's not something we can swap very easily.
Right. And Ekin wants to know about corruption. Will there be any large-scale consequences when many players in a group, guild, region, religion, etc., become corrupted frequently or for an extended period of time? Ooh, interesting question.
It is an interesting question, but no, there are not group dynamics or mechanics that revolve around mass murdering people in the world. The corruption system is intended to deter mass murdering, not to provide incentives by which players can go out and gain corruption. so that would be a little bit anti.
I think they're wondering if there's going to be consequences, large-scale consequences. So, for instance, I think the question is more along the lines of like, if my guild has no one corrupted and your guild is like 80% always killing people and always corrupted, will your guild have repercussions because they're corrupted versus my guild?
No, I don't think so either. And the reason why is, we want to deter it, but we don't want to make the system meaningless. And if the deterrent becomes too heavy-handed, then it's a system without a purpose. And I think that the intent behind the corruption is that, like, during a rise in passion and like anger and whatever, you want to make this decision and do something, and you'll suffer the repercussions later. But if those repercussions are just overwhelmingly bad and even antisocial in the sense that like your guild is like, hey man, you went corrupted and this gives us like corruption points on the guild and like, you're out of here, like then people just aren't going to choose to use it, and then at which point might as well just take it out. So I think there's a healthy balance between the type of deterrent used as keeping players
Gotta
not
have a
performing
meaning,
this
though.
corrupt activity very often.
Yeah, people would just group up and not like be
right.
in a guild, basically.
Yeah.
There would be a way around that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Next question is from Hakaiju, and they want to know about careers. Will there be development or design related jobs available at the Amsterdam office as well? And I don't think, well, we have development, like design related jobs?
Not design, but there might be
They're
like
asking about
live
design
ops.
related.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, not design related.
No,
That would
like
be
live
here in the
operations
States.
and publishing. So that's like
Yes.
community team, marketing,
And marketing. yeah.
production.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right.
But probably not so much on the like development
So
design
specific.
side. Design, art /
Correct.
engineering. Cool. All right. Do we have time for a couple bonus questions, or should we wrap things up here?
We can take one more. The
Okay.
best question you can find.
Always.
Roll me a 1d3.
More.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. What? Oh, wait. Hold on.
Do you have a
Ready?
one?
All right. It's a 4. So 2.
Okay, so Brain Dance's question. There was 3 questions that were on here as bonus ones. This one is in regards to caravans. Based on risk versus reward and PvP flagging not applying to caravans,
Okay.
what does a player risk when they attack a caravan?
That's the question that I wanted to ask because I'm so invested into the caravan system and I know so little about the whole idea.
Versus defending their caravan.
Got it.
So what do I risk when I'm like gonna go attack a caravan?
Well, there's going to be
Corruption.
gear degradation that occurs on death. In addition, obviously there's a time component, and also, there's going to be an associated quest system that determines when you're participating in a assault or a defense of a caravan, that it's going to track your record of successful defenses or successful attacks. And if you have failed attacks, so you've opted in to participate, and you have a failed attack, essentially you did not achieve your objective, that's going to count against your record in the quest system. So these are progressive quest systems where you are achieving something as either a highway robber or defender of
That
caravans,
is
and your
cool.
successes in each of those categories is going to determine the types of rewards that you're going to scale up over time based on that record.
That is
And that's
cool.
the incentive slash disincentive not to participate in something you don't think you will have the ability to achieve.
Interesting. All right.
That is
Well, with that,
such a cool.
that's our August development update. So
Alrighty.
thank you all for joining us. We really
Well,
appreciate it.
There it is, boys and girls, the development update of August 27. That was 1 hour and 43 minutes of recording. Pog. That is the video that I wanted to cover. As for anyone that actually wants to buy this, ooh, there we go. How did I skip it the first time? Well, in order to get access to Alpha 2 betas, let me just open all of this info and let me see which one is. Beta 2. Beta 2, Beta 1, 2, 1, 2. Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2. Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2. Alpha 2, Alpha 2. 250. 375. Yeah, I think 75 is for the beta 2 with 2 months subscription when the game actually comes out. So you're gonna pay this money anyways. I mean, it's gonna be, yeah, 30, 15 a month. So this is for getting access into the beta. So 45 to get access into the beta. To get some market points and 2 months of subscription. 55. So you give them 20 euros. Like if I go and buy the big dick one, right? 125 in embers to buy skins. $125 and 135, that is 100, 260. 260. 115. You give them 115 to get access into these 3 stages and any other live in between. That's what it is. It is expensive. Not gonna lie, it is. It is what it is. Alright, boys. Let's go play some games, shall we? Gonna go back into Barn Finders. Let's go game it out. We don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. It is already 4 o'clock. Let's do 1 hour. The only reason is because My mom has COVID. She is resting. She can hear me speaking. I wanna respect. It's 4 a.m. You're gonna get another 4 of those streams. After that, we go graveyard time, which I start working at 1 a.m. until 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. 1, 2, 9. So I will be streaming before up to midnight from home. That is a good schedule for the stream. I will be able to yell, scream, and talk normally. And I respect the parents, right? Poor my dad is actually sleeping on the couch, and it's fucking hot. Bro, I am, since the beginning of the stream, about 3 hours and 40 minutes, since I was working, since 10 hours ago, I had the air conditioning on. And I'm sweating. You understand what's happening outside? My dad is a hero. That's all I know. Gotta love your parents. Dad is a hero. Oh yeah, it's hot, man. It is. Cover your ears, cover your ears, cover your ears, cover your ears. Oof. Clear. Skip the music. Okay, it's muted already. We're good. You saw that Dr. Lupo announced today that he will exclusive stream on you. It's happening already? I'm lagging. Wait. There we go. Remember what I told you? What the fuck is going on with my mouse? Why everything's so slow now? Hello? Okay, this is not normal. Nope, that's not normal. Let's rejoin the game. No, I did not. And it doesn't surprise me. Just remember when I said, when the contracts finish, they gonna start leaving. Remember, Blue. I'm not a moron. I'm not an idiot. I've been streaming for 6 years. They're gonna be leaving. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Are we selling anything? do we not have a single item? Negative, but we have 14,000. I want to see the clip, by the way, about that. It doesn't surprise me at all. He probably talked about it. He did an announcement video, a tweet. Retweet it to me or tag me or something, and I'm gonna see it. Yeah. I'm afraid, like, if I alt tab, it's gonna screw the game again. So. Dun, 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 dun. River Rock Barn. We gotta buy this one. It looks almost identical to the first barn. Oh, yo, man, Sebastian. What's up, buddy? Give me a second to fix my eyes again to the environment. Okay. The video. Alright. I paid a little bit more than what I wanted, but we got it. Bye. Very yellowish, very bright. UFO presence. Ho ho ho. Is this the alien place? So this place now costs 8k. We better fucking find a UFO. 1,500. $50. Obviously not enough. What is this music that's playing in the background? I'm trying to cover it with my own, but it's just playing. I muted my music. You gotta be something inside here worth it that much money. $250. After this, I'm gonna watch it, okay? Hello? It doesn't let me pick it up. $38. I don't know who the hell died. And I'm the one cleaning. Instead of the police getting the bones. Foxl, let me know. Foxl, let me know. 65 chair. Disappointing so far. Alien signs. Thank you for the title. 100% playthrough. I'm looking around. I'm a little bit slow. I wanna make sure. Foxhole, let me. No. I wanna say let me go, but it doesn't say go. Only no. Are we gonna find a little bit of a sleep off? Or a sleep up? Trash. Trash. Looking a little bit all of these that we looted. Any rocks, any signs, anything around? Nope. Looking good. I was expecting like a hole in the ground that gets into an underground bunker. Again, I paid a hefty amount of money. There's so much that it can go up, but there is so much that it can go down. So, what's good? It better be like the most expensive thing outside here. He crashed. You come with me. That's what is gonna be expensive. They are watching me. Okay. Got a paranoia 101 over here. Aliens invasion. Let's go. Literally nothing over here, huh? Show me the key. Nothing? Ah, that's it. That's it. Fox is on the watch. Or, yeah, Fox. Fox is on the watch. The fox. Yeah, the fox, it was on the watch. Are we done? Looks like done, right? Let's do a chicken search. Chicken search. Huh? I think it's directly outside. Alright, looking good. I'm pretty sure I checked the parameters around. Me go. And that's where all of them were. Okay, so how do we go there? That's the property over here. You will assume, right? I don't think that's it. Do you think that's it? No, it's not. Haha. We're gonna go for a ride. Did you just move? Does that make sense? It's props. The entire bunker. I don't see anything around suspicious. Alright, let me check the video real quick. Hopefully we are not gonna fuck up anything over here. Music, right monitor. Music. Music.
I gave up a really good job to be a full-time streamer, and if we're being honest, I didn't really know what I was doing. But I knew I loved gaming, and I love this community. And since then, a lot has changed. We made the right friends who taught us what it meant to play together. We found the right game, one that felt like it was made for us. And we won together.
Oh my God.
A lot. But it wasn't just about gaming. We used our platform for a good cause. We found creative ways to get involved, and we had a lot of laughs along the way. It's been a crazy journey, but we're just getting started. Our story continues, exclusively on YouTube Gaming.
Damn, boy. Damn. I'm not looked in. Oh, that's my works. Oops. Ah, fuck. Damn, boy. Interesting. Who is gonna follow next? Place your bets. Hockey main? Whoever contract is over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bruce. Is that my boy Bruce? Aliens. Go home. Them aliens, ooh. Ha ha ha.
Day 9. They called me insane. That's why I've been here for more than a week. It's just me and Mr. Fox now.
Me? Okay, this is a crazy, very crazy lady right now. It's a crazy. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for the host. Appreciate that one. How you doing, buddy? Can we get a shout out? Traglia, would you mind? Whoa, I just realized that I have my keybind. Yeah. Let me disable that one. There we go. Copy page added to your collection. Thank you. Yeah. Get a shout out there quick. I wanna see what my boy has been doing. Subsistence. Let's go. You guys make sure to follow him. No doubt about that one. No question asked. Just go follow my boy. An amazing creator. Funny dude. You know the rest. Okay, so I cannot open this shite. You gave me a comic book. Then where do you want me to use this card? You kind sir? Probably in a different place and then come back over here. Brain has been ruined. Unless if that gives power to come over here and put the card back. We need to fix the cable or what's good? Don't even mention it. How was the stream, brother? This game is fun. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I played the demo and I couldn't wait to come back and actually play the full game. I also bought the DLC, which is... It is what it is. You pay for the DLC in a game that, you know, shouldn't have a DLC, but it's worth it. It's fun. You're gonna love it. I know it. So what am I doing wrong, chat? You are the experts. I got a cart. That doesn't go there. Nothing that I can do here. I guess we're gonna come back another time. Oh wait, there's another cart. What did he say? Try to find in cart? Yeah, I think that's what he said. This game looks interesting. It's pretty interesting. You're gonna like it, I'm telling you. You're basically a barn finder. A barn owner that goes around, buys properties, explores his property, and he makes money out of it. That doesn't sell. Pretty neat concept. Ooh. Ooh. It says the scope. That goes for... here is the box now. I don't know. It says unavailable, the price. Broken glass. We're gonna go there in a bit. Yeah, we have a little bit of a nice storage room to get a lot of money. Thanks for the follow. Is that Coraliner? Coraliner. Am I saying correctly? Sorry. Not a native. Thank you. Hi. How you doing? Oh, found the blue card.
Day 23. Me and Mr. Fox are developing a new system of key cards so that we can protect our food, our beer, and our comics from them.
From them, the aliens. We had an aliens crash. I need to play this now. That's why I'm over here. That's why people watch me. Because I show them games that they will never find ever again. That's my job over here. If you're new to the stream, that's what I do. I show you games that no one will. Cool ones. Little secret ones. I don't particularly need the resources because I've been getting quite a lot of them. That goes for 220. Bloop. Get the trash. I did a poop port. Let's make it easier to myself. Let's put some music. I got it. I struggled a little bit, but at the end, damn right, I got it. I paid 8,000 for this property. Unavailable. Unsellable. We're gonna sell it. Don't worry about it. What is that? 65 bucks. Is money? I think the place, there is also a lot of secrets, so you gotta be a little bit careful on what you loot in. I gotta look around again, secrets, you know, stuff on the wall. There's a lot of those. Needs a key. a movie place. Okay, so we got the blue card. I guess the blue card goes here. And open this place. Ah. 480. Ooh. I'm glad you find some gems through all the games you play. I find them, you can play them and entertain your peeps. Find the good gems. Very good. I've been playing it for a couple of days. It has enough content to not get bored in a day or two. The chat has been loving it. Alien space. It has enough humor to keep it fresh and nice. And enough of mystery and hidden clues to make it look and feel great. Oh, you see that? What's that? What's that over there? Well, I can open it. Ah. I need to get access to that from the top, I think. And I kinda destroyed everything around. That's where the card is? Imagine. Only if I had the boxes to stand on. Will you hop in Icarus? No. I do not support pay-to-win games. I actually need something to stand on it and go on the top over there. And I think I fucked up. Haha. There's no like a restart button. Icarus is a pay-to-win. And I would love to not support it. Yep. They got the game didn't even come out and it has like a DLC. Buy the DLC. Like give me a chance to say fuck you, dude. A game that didn't even come out and it has a DLC, 2 DLCs. Go play it. Come on. Go. What is your expectations? Go away. Don't even bother. I don't think I can actually go up there. Whatever is not here. Whatever is up there. Unless if I can cut down this pipe. Ooh, through there? Or through here? You will assume, right? Wait, when I open this, what happened? To this. You see what I mean, right? Oh, wait a second. Was this here?
Day 75. There is proof that our planet has been and still.
Let me put a little bit more voice. Sound volume. Is that it? I guess.
Continues to be visited by extraterrestrial life. But until we are able to capture and study them, the question will remain. Do aliens really exist? And why do they need so much moonshine?
They need moonshine? What the hell? I got a blue card. What do you want from me, game? I want you, Bruce, to do your own research. It could be the best game ever made. It could be the 10 out of 10 and the dream. Woo! But from what has been shown, a game that didn't even come out at all, and it hasn't do 2 DLCs with locked content. Help a brother out. I'm over here. ready to play a survival game, but we have to have some standards. If we accept all of this bullshit, then what the hell is going on? Right, chat? What the hell is going on? What am I gonna do with the blue card that I have then? You need the electricity. Come on, Chad, you are a smarty. Do you see another door that I do not see? We got that up there. Maybe more to the back. They are watching me. They are watching me. They are watching me. They are watching me. I'm not going crazy, right? This is the only place to go. Come on, boys. You got a braino? Why do I keep hearing something over here making noises? What's good, bro? Huh? What's good? I did a poo-poo. What is exactly here? A door there. A film there. I cannot really do anything over here, I don't think. I cannot jump inside there. The film is playing some aliens old video. I swear I clicked it. I hate myself. I really do. Okay, what do we have? First of all... Wow. Wow. Yeah, wow. Look at this dirt. Wow. This is $100. But wow. What is this? Huh? Do I need to come over here every single time and make... become your cleaner? Ah, unacceptable. Look at me. Look at the place getting cleaned. She says, not here. Definitely not here. You see what I mean? Definitely not here.
Day 113. This bunker leads to my family mine. Grandma always told Dad that all that carbon dioxide would melt our brains like pudding. When this war is over, Mr. Fox and I are going to open this mine once again.
Mordecai! I saw a green fireball on the sky. It's all about the aliens. Aliens truly exist. Okay, I'm gonna continue crushing my stuff. Your favorite level, absolutely. I had a little bit of a conversation with the guy that I go walk with. And he's so convinced that aliens, you know, actually don't exist, or they exist, but not the way that we think they exist. And I'm like, you know, Pentagon, you know that, right? You know what's going on in the Pentagon. You know that they're coming out with evidence that aliens do exist, with technology that no one can identify. And he was like, yeah, what if it's a technology that America doesn't recognize, but what if it's technology from the Russians? And I'm like, well, what if the Russians said, I don't know, either, and we want to know? Of course, he was like, of course they're not going to tell you. Of course they're not going to tell you the level of security they have. And I'm like, That's not really how it works. But every person believes what he wants to believe. I believe in aliens, and I have seen a UFO. I did an identified out of this world craft that doesn't make sense. That flies, stays stationary, goes the other way, and in the speed of light just disappears in front of your eyes. I have seen it. It was there. I wasn't fast enough to grab my phone and photograph it. What can I say? Then believe what you wanna believe. The same way that people believe in religion. They believe through others or through their own eyes. That's what it is, chat. Yeah, of course you've seen an alien. I've seen. Whether you want to believe or not. Okay, so let's see if I actually can click on the card. It doesn't let me. There is more. America. It's gonna be a time, and I want you guys to remember that, and I don't want you to be afraid. It will be a time that they're gonna actually come and say, hi, we are here, officially. Alright? When that time comes, in this lifetime, or another, doesn't matter, just remember, right? They're cool. They're cool. If they wanted to kill us, we would have been dead by now. Come with me, guitar. How much you go? 82 bucks. Yikes. Based on the evidence that we have so far, and purely speculation, they seem like they have a lot of interest into the... what do you call it? I forgot the exact word. Nuclear power. That's what they are interested into. Why am I up here? Why the game is giving me the ability to stand over here and be elevated? Is that because secrets? I don't see anything. Yes, nuclear power is what they are seeking, or what they want to neutralize and remove from the humans. Based on repeated incidents. There is a really good documentary, and I want you, yes, you, to watch it. Even if you don't believe. As a production, you're gonna like it. It's called Skinwalker Ranch. Right? I want you to Google it and watch it. Skinwalker Ranch. I bet my ass that documentary is gonna turn non-believers into believers. It actually shows aliens. Like alien crafts.
Day 189. Yesterday, Mr. Fox was contacted by a secret space fleet organization. They should be able to rescue us. Mr. Fox also likes to hide our keycards just for fun. Such a character.
The note says, you found it, you never know. Jesus Christ. I want to believe. Aliens go home. Aliens to believe. At night mostly. No, don't spaghetti monster. They are watching me. And then what is this exactly? Like images? Not really. You cannot really tell. This lady has truly been going crazy. I'm here to save her. What a nice guy, huh? Let's get these notes from the walls. Ow. Okay, aliens go, and then we have a connection between UFO sitting on the beach. You think you do, but you don't. There they are, chat. There they are. Alien question mark? That's money in the bank, baby. Hiding evidence confirmed. On the red card.
Day 256. The space fleet never came. I'm willing to go outside, naked but not afraid. Maybe I can see the sun one more time.
This lady went crazy. We're gonna find her in the craft that crashed. I swear. My peaks shows the craft with the light on the bottom. UFO question mark in the sky. Man, someone did their research. I see them in my dreams. That worries me. Got the rednecks sighing over there. That worries me. Okay, I feel like I cleared this as well. Is there any... any room that I didn't touch? I mean, it's kinda this one, right? Oh, it's flashing. There we go. You drive me crazy. No doubt, Spaghetti Monster. Spaghetti Monster. No, no, go away, Spaghetti Monster. How much? Oh, we are actually gonna blow this up. You go scared there.
Day 244. Today, Mr. Fox was very sick. Symptoms of diarrhea, dehydration, and fecaloid vomit. During our sleep, they poisoned our food with their neurocognitive neural weapons. But we don't need food. Our genes are strong, like Dad used to say.
That's her dead on the farm from starvation. You damn cow. She died. Leaving Mr. Fox behind. Are you counting the money that we are backing right now, chat? How much money? Many money. How many resources? Many resources. All right. Ha. 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 Ooh. Star. Oh, that was the ha. My suspicious. What was the comic books what he wanted? He's suspicious. Time to buy a starship. One thing at a time. They want to steal my comic. There we go. Didn't see the title of the comic, god damn it. I didn't get immersed into the comic. Okay, from the looks of it, we pretty much got everything. Double checking the different areas. And then we have the final, which is... Nice. Ooh. Secret found. There's a lot of trash over here. Is that water? That's water. Huh. Found a key. Seems like we also finished the game based on what it says. Bag of chips. My favorite. You think it's over? Or we need to get the toilet as well? I got it. Yeah, we finished it. What? Didn't I break all of this? So no aliens, we are not gonna visit the aliens. To be continued, so what's good? I'm still finding items. Am I going towards the aircraft? My gameplay is a little bit scuffed. Doesn't allow me to pick the item. No, we made it through the other. Yeah. We came through the other way. No way to actually go to the aliens. We have a tractor as well. We got a shit ton of items. But most importantly, we got a tractor. Where's this fat cow? There she is. Look at her. With a bag of chips and a beer next. That's my... I actually have pretty similar in a European version. This is the American version. Pretty close to this. I drew it before. I drew it before. You have this little thing over here that goes all the way up, and that is the gear. It should have paddles on the side. It's a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't see them. Unless it doesn't have paddles. It's an auto. Did I just see stairs? A ladder? No? Okay. Yeah, we completed the game. Let's see if we actually got all of the clues. Or all of the objects. What's up, Billy? Mm-hmm. Do you think we got everything? 1, 4, 1, 1, 26. Bravo, chat. We did it. We officially did it. How many items? Holy shit, that's a lot of them. 17, 21 items. I don't have a single item that goes into the wall. Huh. There they are. 100% completion. Satisfaction. Maximum. We seek maximum satisfaction all the time. Alright, so we have 2 items that don't fit anywhere. We have a lot of items. Okay. We run out of space in the ground for large objects. But we also have some puzzling. We got the sniper. I think we finished the camera actually. That is... Plop. Can I make all of them? I don't know what is this for. Oh, for the flamethrower. Another part over here. That's not for the flamethrower, that is for the flame boy. We need the guitar to be cleaned. Cleaned? Yes, sir. Repairs? Yes, sir. Tractor? Yes, sir. We are so good, chat. So good. Oh, whoa. Have you ever used this, chat? How would you? You don't know what life really is. You're not a builder. Only a real man knows what is this. I used in 7 Days to Die. I used in real life. It is a cement mixer. Does a fucked up noise. It's like grinding dirt. Many resources, many resources. Okay, everything looks repaired. Let's do another attempt. There we go, guitar over there, maybe some tools, small tools. Nope, just the big ones. Deliver the... Not that one. This one. Alright. Time for beds. 7 days to die. New mail for the new mission. Let's go open up the shop so we can sell our items. What is that? Hoover? 50? It's not even worth it being on the shelf. Ooh. Miko event. Beat Wars. Ooh, that's gonna be spicy tomorrow. We need to collect a lot of money today. Yeah. Got Beat Wars again. That's a good bonus. Sebastian is always the best. Sebastian is making a fun base. Oof.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you gave us a lot of money. Either my skills has become better or money. How much we made? 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, something. Waste of time. Customers are becoming more and more demanding. There we go.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did you just teleport? What if I do this? Is this considered cheating? Let me try. Oh, it doesn't expand. Oh no! Thief! Are those my customers? No, there's one. It was one. Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Woohoo!
Pam, 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 pam.
Billy! Make me money. Wear a bikini or something. Or hire your girlfriend over here with your sex doll. Skase. Oh, Mr. Agent decided to come back. I'm not gonna use that. By the way, now I know. My ball is running. Come on, take it. Take it. I'm gonna make a better deal if you have the chicken in your face like that, yeah. Ah. Tell me how much you love me. Tell me how much you miss me. Whisper me a song. You choose your favorite one. I'm a fucking moron. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Scasera. What's that? I'm not gonna give you that.
Aston, what do you do? Woo!
I like initially they don't give a lot of money. Who's Sebastian? Sebastian the best. Oof. Oof. That is a perfect score. Bye. 10k. How much did I start with? 14? And I have a lot of items. I have another 3 items that apparently the... Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Aye. Uh-huh. 11k. We're gonna be over here for a bit.
Karakuru, karakuru. Ha ha! Slow!
Bought a trumpet with the discount. How much am I selling it? 112?
Madonna mia.
63 plus. Jesus. You're gonna pay double, dudes.
Yeah!
So guys, I'm getting a little bit tired. I know my energy slowly is degrading. It's a little bit of a weird schedule. Also trying to be a little bit quiet. Yeah. It's like, whoa, 5 a.m. Almost. It's a little bit weird to be able to wanting to stream at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Woohoo!
Even if I had energy, the fact that I want to be a little bit quiet, yeah. Makes me wanting not to stream.
Woohoo! Woo!
What are you selling? Ooh, a broken... ooh, that's new. A broken pane. I wish they gave me only broken stuff. So I can put my shit into work. That sounds beautiful. Also, I don't have G Fuel, which I think tomorrow, if I am correct, some people speculated that I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, tomorrow, at the beginning of the month. Right? Yeah, tomorrow is a payday. We're gonna get like half a month of salary. Well, hopefully it's gonna be enough just to buy some G Fuel. Oh my goodness, the speed. Oh, nope. I need my G Fuel. Hello. 11 items. 11 items and a dream. I hope you guys liked today's stream. It was a little bit, you know, we spent some time watching the Ashes, you know, the Gush stuff.
Yeah.
On tomorrow's stream, I'm probably gonna do like 7 Days to Die or something. I need to wrap my mind around the idea of doing half a stream 7 Days to Die. I think, and I wanna believe, it's a good idea to implement it every day for a couple of hours, 1-2 hours a day, eh? And this one, right? A combination of this one as well. Until we finish this one, then we get the next one, and so on. Did you guys recommend something? Did you put under the recommendation some games or something to react? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Because at the time where I opened the tabs, I was a little bit busy and distracted. Am I missing something under recommendation? He looks absolutely nothing like your traditional American Murica. Looks Asian. Right? Even if you pay attention to the identities below and their actual face, she's okay. Let me show you something. A moron? A pretty good looking guy. A moron? I cannot talk to him. You will see the next one. Nothing under recommendations, but Joker posted the release trailer of Medieval Dynasty. And I replied I wanted to play the game again, and it was somewhat... I need to put it on a calendar. I need to start putting games on the calendar. Now that we got our shit together. I think the calendar will make its way slowly. Put it on the Trello. Where? Do they have a calendar on Trello? If we do, I guess we can do. We are not gonna do a calendar for reviewed games and not just what are we playing. Huh? Huh?
Hello, my lad.
The chosen fox. Sebastian got it. You got no item. What are you selling? A table. Who's yelling? There's no one in the store. Wasn't just someone yelling right now? What a buddy. Who's talking? There's no one in the store. The only guy that is... Oh, he's not even there. I guess it's him. Vanished. Came all the way here. He wants the toy. It's gonna be a lot of games, including like New World, putting it on the schedule for 4 days. It's gonna be, I wanna play Medieval Dynasty. I wanna put that on the list. Elix 2 is coming next month. Like I need to figure it out. I need to write them down.
Woo!
But we have a couple of days because of New World, which we're gonna do no Laifu. yeah. Let me just put this over here. Just to get more customers. And this over here.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Where's Sebastian? Oh, Sebastian is selling a guitar. Minus 20. You're still here? Has a lot of bonus. You want a personal calendar or a public one for people to know what you're a public one? But of course only the team will be able to edit. Yes, please. Check if there is any extension. Maybe not a good idea.
Athena. Woo!
I know Twitch has an implementation of a schedule. Do you think viewers they're gonna use that one instead? Think about it.
Oh.
You don't use that?
Uh-huh.
It's kinda like implemented with Twitch.
Whoa, whoa.
No? Oh, he shut down the store. That's bad. 14,000? Wait a second. Call me crazy, chat. Or you can call me Carson, whatever you want. Haha. I got a second customer on Fiverr. As of creation. Email. Wow, what an Alpha 1 experience. We are extremely grateful to everyone. Blah 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 blah. Read our document development update article. Guild gathering. Discussion. The packages. But no invitation. Yeah, Fiverr is booming. I have the new Mac Mini. Why? With Elgato HD60S Plus, PlayStation 4, wireless Astro A50, and the Wavelink 3. Is it possible to help? My friend, go throw it to the rubbish. A Mac. A Mac Mini. What the fuck is a Mac Mini? We are done with the gameplay if you didn't realize that. FYI, that was the gameplay of the day. It's 5 a.m. GG's if you wanna leave now. Thank you for watching. But what the fuck is this? Let me exit the goddamn game. Is that a thing? What does it run on? What is this? If I tell him, well, I can try. What is this? Like, genuinely, I'm asking, what the fuck is this? Is this supposed to be a computer? It's a mini PC, it's like a desktop? Like a top.
At an anvil of Thunderbolt 3, or because Thunderbolt is actually an Intel trademark, name rather than charts. While idling, we were sitting at under 30 degrees, and when we hit it with a full prime ever, total maybe having to ramp far
It's an
off
actual
idle, primarily because this
It's an actual iOS tower. Like it's an Apple product.
I recently just picked up the Apple Mac
Why?
Mini with the M1 chip.
Why? I'm not saying, but why?
Bought it so that you guys don't have to. I wanted to go through and test this new computer out to see how well it performed.
It's the most shit. Is the most shit of them and costs more than your entire setup. That doesn't cost not even 1/100th of my computer.
Doing streaming operations. How well does the Mac Mini perform when you connect capture cards like the HD60S and the HD60S?
That's what
Plus
he's
to them?
doing, by the
What
way.
about OBS, Streamlabs OBS? How about recording internal desktop audio, which is a thing that I don't know why Apple has just not incorporated into their operating system. You still have to download these different applications in order to get it to work. Kind of annoying. Maybe one day they'll just make it like Windows at the system level. These were the questions I was asking myself before I even picked up this computer. The chips in the older Mac laptops and computers were Intel based. This is a whole nother ballpark. This is something that's going to take a couple years to even transition to, but I'm wondering how it's doing at the start of it all. The first thing I tested out on this computer was how well it performed with one of the newest capture cards from Elgato, the Elgato HD60S Plus. I was able to download and install the Elgato game capture software. It worked one time, and then after that, it just wouldn't ever reopen. It just didn't work anymore. Boom, done. No matter how many times I tried to reopen this app, even restarted computer, uninstall, reinstall, all that stuff. Guys, no, it wasn't working. Now with the capture card itself, I was actually to get a picture, get audio to come through using OBS. I just did a regular video capture input device, was able to select the HD60S Plus, and this bad boy was able to work no problem.
Yikes.
Now, how about the HD60S capture card? Those of you guys that have been around my channel for a while or have been watching a lot of my Mac OBS setup videos, you know that this thing is a little bit tricky to deal with, especially if you want to get it in OBS. We already know that I'm not going to be able to get a picture on the M1 Mac in the Elgato software. It just wouldn't reopen the application, so that's a done deal. So how about OBS? Well, I installed OBS Link and I tried installing the NDI source. That didn't work. The NDI source never even showed up. So I ended up going to NDI's website and downloading their tools for Mac. And I was finally able to get the NDI option to show in OBS. But then when I went to actually get a picture from OBS Link to connect to the NDI source, it just didn't work. There was no picture at all. It doesn't work how it does on the Intel-based Macs. So this thing was a done deal, man. It just, HD60S did not work. I tried a lot of different things for a long period of time. Nothing would work. So if you already happen to own an M1 Mac and you want to record gameplay, I would definitely go with the HD60S Plus capture card. The next thing I tested on this M1 Mac were the Streamlabs OBS and the OBS features. Now with Streamlabs OBS, I couldn't for some reason crack over like 24 or 25 FPS. And then when I actually tried recording gameplay off of the
I don't think I can help. Stop gaming on a fucking Mac. For fucking sake. Get a fucking tower. Simple as that. Bada bim, bada boom. Bada ba. That's crazy. Actually, they buy these devices. They buy these devices for $600 and another 100 for the game capture, and they're trying to stream with a 5 plus 5 plus extras, 15 in total, 1,000 worth of studio setup in a $600 device. Where are you going? What are you doing? And even if you give me 60 euros to run your shit, even if I spend that fucking 60 euros and another 60 and another 60 and another 60 and buy a fucking desktop computer, and then come to me and ask me, can you help me? And I would say yes. At least you have a desktop computer with Windows installed. It is implemented into their people's brain that they can go and buy Apple, and they're like, I'm gonna stream Apple. No. No. That is my reply. You specified on your profile that you will only help with PC. As said, because it could be something stupid. As said, if you have any Apple products, contact me. You never know, it might be something stupid. Right? Something how to on Google and find the answer. Could I possibly help the guy? Yeah, possibly I could. Do I want to? No. I'm not getting enough money to try and solve a problem in an Apple product that I've never used in my life. I'm pretty good with technology. I pick it up pretty easy. I do in Google search as I'm doing the solution, bam bam, I fix it. It's just, really? An Apple, whatever the fuck is that? So for 100% was Apple products? No. It was a window. It was an actual window. the guy that I did the previous one. Man, I honestly, I would love to help everyone, but in a case like that, you bring me something that is not even a computer, at least I thought in my mind that we're gonna have a little bit of standards over here. You do not stream on an Apple device, neither you game. If you do that, please stop. Get some help, okay? I don't care if you are injecting Apple sauce and juice into your veins every morning. I don't care. You don't game, neither stream on an Apple device. Sure, edit, whatever. Do whatever you want. It's like wearing boots trying to go to the beach. What are you doing? What are you doing? Everyone's gonna be like, sure, you can go. Sure, it's gonna be very convenient. What are you doing? I never owned a device, an Apple device in my life. There's a clear reason why. Because this is a piece of shit. I don't care. I got this. Maybe he brought it by reputation of the product more than thinking about what he will use it for. So he's trying to use what he has. Buy a laptop. If he had a laptop, even a laptop, an actual laptop, we could work this out. An iOS? Nah, fuck that. Sounds like a headache. A headache that I don't want to have. Alright, chat. That has been an amazing stream yet again. As always, a little bit short. A little bit weird. I told you, the entire week is gonna be weird. Be patient. Starting from the weekend. Saturday and Sunday. It's gonna be spicy times. And then we instantly do, what is it? Monday, Tuesday, yeah. I have 4 days off, 1 day work, 4 days new world. Gonna be a good one, alright? Be patient. That's it. That's all I got for you. So thank you for watching. Frankly, if you can do something with the schedule, I will thank you. If you don't, you don't. And see if we can get it a little bit organized for the stream. Again, 1 to 2 weeks is gonna be a little bit all over the place until we get it going. I know, do your best. You have plenty of time, but yeah. Alright. See ya. See you tomorrow.